What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry I haven't posted in a long time. I've just been really busy with a lot of stuff with school and everything, but um I've still been collecting, and I bought a lot of models. Um or obtained a lot of models um over the last few months. So today I'm just going to show you guys almost all the new ones. I think it's all of them. Maybe minus one or two. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, this is the ones that I've gotten from October of 2025 all the way up till now. And there's a lot of them here. A lot. So we're going to get started with the first one. I'm going to go from the smallest ones to the biggest ones. So we're going to get started here. This is the United Express Beechcraft 1900D by 3D Design Deck. This is my second 3D Design Deck model. I have the B2 as well, the first release B2 from March of 25. So yeah, but this one's my second, and I have the NextJets Global 6000. I think it's a 6000 on pre-order, and it should be shipping out soon, so I'm excited to get it. But I'm gonna open this one up. These models are really good. 3D Design Deck models are like stunning. So they all come in like this foam, this little foam thing, cradle, and here's the model. So yeah, this thing is incredibly detailed. This little plane, I don't know if you guys can see it. It is the smallest plane in my collection, the absolute smallest. So I'm gonna just move this over here, and I'm gonna put this all back together, and then we'll get on to the next one. The one thing about these boxes is they're a little more difficult to repack. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw all the boxes down on the floor here, but that is the 1900. So moving on to the next one is the Herpa KD Avia 737-300. This is a little niche. It doesn't exist anymore, but it was a Russian airline from like the early 2000s. Served Europe and other things. This was actually my very first eBay auction victory. So kind of cool, but here it is inside the cradle. Very small package, but I think it fits the size of the plane just right. Let's pull it out here. And so here it is. This is the KD Avia, and it has a stand as well. So I'm gonna take that out. I actually haven't taken the stand out yet. But yeah, so let's check this out. So here's the stand. It reminds me of the old like Adventure Wings stands from like my childhood. But anyway, so here's the stand and the 737. I've actually never put this plane on a stand yet. So, and in typical model fashion, it's not gonna fit. Oh wait, it will. It's just on backwards. It's all on backwards. There it is. Well, no. Anyway, I'm not worrying about it. Let me try to fix it real quick. And put it on the stand here. There it is. Oh yeah. So that is the KD Avia 737-300. The airline went out of service in 2009, but I think it was 2009. Might have been sooner. But yeah, that thing is sick. So I'm gonna take it off the stand. I prefer to keep my models off the stand just because they, you know. But yeah, really cool plane. I'm just gonna put the stand over here with the rest of my models because that's the way I do it. So let me just put this all back in the box. I like to keep all the cradles and the components of everything together, so it makes it easier to keep track of everything. All right, so the next one, this one was from back in October of 25. This is the United CRJ 550. I've got a lot of really rare planes. I don't really have a lot of like super recent ones, except for some planes that I got for like Christmas and whatnot. But yeah, this is the 550. That thing, that is such a cool plane. Yeah, so this is the United Express CRJ 550. This was the latest release of this model. And I like it. I really like that one. Very nice release, by the way. I'm not even sure how many planes are in this batch. And then here's the second one. This is the Gemini Select Oman Air Force Mach 111. This was a very limited edition run. Only 500 of these were produced. Funnily enough, got it from Panda Fox Toys for $25. It was in their clearance section, and I think there's still a couple of them left. But yeah, here's the Oman Air Force Mach 111, my first non-U.S. Air Force military plane. And I'm not sure if you guys know or not. I mean, I can't remember if I posted it or not. Maybe I did, but I have an SR-71. I'm not sure. It's not in this video, but I'm not sure if I posted it yet. But here's the very limited edition run. Only 500 pieces. Oman Air Force Mach 111. Very nice airplane. Very nice looking airplane. So we'll put that one right there. So that's all for the really small ones. So far we got the United Express 1900, the Katie Avias 733, the United Express CRJ 550, and the Oman Air Force Mach 111. So now we're going to get over to this next one here. This is the Aero Classics A321, the American Airlines one in the Allegheny Retro livery. This one I actually won in a CM Aviation giveaway. So this one's kind of special. I've actually never taken this one out yet because I got a Gemini one for Christmas, so I just haven't taken this one out. And I'll get to the Gemini one as well. But yeah, this is my third Aero Classics model, I believe, because I have the Spirit and I have the Mario Spirit one, and the no, this is my fourth because I have the Syrian I have the Syrian Airlines Il-76 and the maybe you've seen that. Yeah, you did, because I put it in the collection video, the last collection one that was posted. I'm gonna be eventually getting another one out. I want to try to get one out in like April. But yeah, this is the A321 by Aero Classics, the Allegheny livery. This one looks really nice. Wow. I was not expecting it to look this nice, just because it's Aero Classics. But Aero Classics, actually, they do produce a lot of really good models. So yeah, that one looks nice. Yeah, I really like Aero Classics. I need to start getting more of them. I want to get some of their like Tu-154s and some of their I've been really liking the Soviet ones, like this Panda models, Aeroflot Tu-134. There's going to be a consistent theme with this collection, with this unboxing here, and you guys are going to see it. But this is my first Panda models, and this one is something I really like. I got it on a Waffle Collectibles collection sale of all places. And it is nice. So here it is. Let me just put the box back together here real quick, and we'll get rolling with this one. This one is a super nice airplane. Sometimes these boxes are really hard to close. these boxes get really frustrating sometimes. Okay, there it is. But yeah, this is the Aeroflot TU-134. This one's really cool. It's got the like very classic glass nose configuration you see on a lot of Soviet jets. And it just looks, I don't know if you guys can see, the focus is pretty bad, but it's not focusing the way it needs to be. Hold on. There it is. It looks like super classy. Like it looks classic, but it's got a modern livery. It just looks really cool. So I'm gonna put this one back here. And that's not the only Aeroflot in this. There's another one too. All right, so this next one here, actually gonna wait on that one. This one that I'm holding because it's a big one in the medium-sized Gemini box. So let's get on with this one here. This is the I believe that's pronounced Pobeda, 737-800. Pobeda is a Russian airline. I think it's a low-cost airline. I'm not sure, but they operate mostly domestically in Russia. I think they go to China, but they also fly mostly domestic flights in Russia. So you're gonna see the very consistent theme with the Russian airplanes. There's a lot of them in this. There's gonna be a lot of Russian airplanes in this video. But yeah, this is the Pobeda 738. I got this on Black Friday from Panda Fox Toys. And it looks super nice. Yeah. This was the second rendition of the release. They did one without the split scimitars. But I got the one with the splits because they ran out. They don't sell the other ones anymore. They've sold out a long time ago. Now this one is really cool. This is the Nordstar 738 in the Krasnoyarsk 2019 Russia Winter Games livery. And it's crazy, and I would like to call on Gemini Jets and NG Models and JC Wings to start releasing more of these in the standard livery, because the standard livery is really gorgeous. Standard livery is very much a beautiful livery. But I got this one. This is the only livery that they've ever released in 1/400 scale. And they've released it in, I believe, 2 registrations. It's been released by several brands, but just that livery. Just the livery that you guys see here. Not any standard livery, and that's a shame because the standard livery is beautiful. I'll just put it that way. But this one does look really nice. It's got some really cool designs on it. I got this on eBay on Black Friday, but I actually didn't get a deal on it. I was just like, ooh, I like this, I'm gonna get it. Very, very rare model. If you guys don't know what Nordstar is, it's another Russian airline. Very, very nice airline. We need to get more Russian airlines. I do not believe there's been any single release of a Red Wings, because I want a Red Wings TU-204. That's one of the planes that I really want. I also want an Aurora A319 because none of those have been released. But anyway, we got this FedEx 752. We got this one back in October of 24, or not 24, 25. My bad. Got this back in October 25, alongside the United Express 550. These are the earliest planes from this release batch, or from this the batch from this video. But yeah, I had been needing another FedEx for a long time because I only had the 767. And my UPS fleet just continued to grow for a while. It's kind of stagnant now. I need to get another UPS plane. I love UPS. I like the livery on UPS a lot more than I like FedEx. Also, I just, yeah, I really like UPS. But FedEx is cool too, and I need more FedEx planes. So I got the 752. Very, very nice model. Very nice 757. So there it is, back over there. So let me grab the next one here. This is here's the Gemini Jets Allegheny livery American A321. So you guys can see there's the Aero Classics one. The CM Aviation was giving away, and it was just my luck that the only one that was left was the one that I had. But it's okay. I'm gonna hold on to both of these for a while, and at least I'm gonna hold on to both of them for a while, because the other one was given to me by my I got this one for Christmas, so I want to hold on to both of them for a while, because you know, when someone gives you something, you don't really want to get rid of it. So it just feels weird to get rid of it. So, but yeah, but this is the American, the Gemini Jets version. It looks not too much different, and I'm gonna need to have to. I do like the fact that it has aerials. I'm gonna go on ahead and give it that. It has all like the antennas, everything. We're gonna put that one right there. I don't know, it's like blocking the 134, but now this one was one I was really excited for. This is the United CRJ or Boeing 757 or 737-500 Battleship Gray scheme. This is my second favorite retro United livery. I got this one on Black Friday as well. This is my second favorite United Airlines livery. My first favorite retro United Airlines livery and total United Airlines livery is the Blue Tulip one. And I really want to get some Blue Tulip planes because the Blue Tulip livery is actually beautiful. We don't really have many beautiful airline liveries anymore. Etihad exists, Aeroflot exists, but you know, just everything's been like taken over by this like, you know, modernist, minimalistic crap. It's just, you know, it doesn't, you know, like Aer Lingus, for example. Aer Lingus used to have a very beautiful livery, and now it's like just plain and dull. Now the United has gotten better. I don't really care for the Continental Globe scheme, but the Evo Blue is really nice. But I really like the Battleship Gray. Second favorite one. This is actually my second Battleship Gray. Oh shoot. This is my second Battleship Gray. My first one was the CRJ 200 that you guys would see in my really old videos. That one was like my first United aircraft in general. But the 735, this one is really nice. Released by Gemini Jets earlier last year. And it just looks, you know, it looks very nice. So we'll put that one right there. And that, yeah, it looks really nice. Now we're going to get, which one do I want to get next? Because, okay, let's get this one. Let's get this one out of the way. This is the China Eastern A320 Neo by Gemini Jets. This one was on the clearance rack as well at Panafox, and I like getting planes off the clearance rack because you can get some really nice ones for a really cheap price. And so I actually have like 3 of them in this batch, and I have a total of 4 from the clearance rack, but I have 3 of them that were from this batch that were just in the Panafox clearance rack. It was this one, that Oman Air Force, and then another one that I have yet to show you guys. But I've been slowly building my Chinese collection. This was my 4th mainland Chinese narrowbody. Because I have the China Southern, crap, what was that? What's the name of the city? The Energetic Zhuhai is what it is. I have the Air China A320 Neo and the Hainan 738, which is just a beautiful livery. China always goes all out with their liveries. But this one this is one of the very few like plain Euro white liveries I actually like because I think it fits really well. But this is the yeah, this one I bought. You get it for $25 at the Panafox Toys clearance rack. Just a beautiful model. Very beautiful plane. Yeah, I'm slowly trying to build my Chinese collection up. Let me see here. Which one do I want to get next? Okay, let's do this one. So I got this one for Christmas. This is the Barksdale Air Force Base 49th Test and Evaluation Squadron B-52. Now I have all 3 of the bombers, of the American bombers that are currently in active duty service, because I have the B-1 and the B-2 as well, and now I have the B-52, so it's complete. I have the I have the strategic bomber fleet complete. However, this one is not a combat one. It's just the test. It's in the test colors, but yeah, it was the only one that was available when I asked for it for Christmas, and I got it for Christmas, and it's just a very sweet looking plane. So here it is, the B-52. This thing was a lot bigger, and I had seen one in 400 scale before at a gift shop at a museum. I just didn't have the money to get it. It was a different release, but I had seen it, and it struck me when I saw that how big it was. But this thing is massive. It's like easily, yeah, when you see them up close in person, you don't think they're actually, I mean, for me, and like when you're collecting, it kind of puts in perspective how big everything is, because you see something big, when you're on the ground, you think everything looks like the same size, but then when you're actually kind of seeing them in person, they're like, oh, that is really big plane. So yeah, just really like, I really like that model, the Barksdale Test and Evaluation Squadron. B-52. Okay, now let's get, I have 3 really like ancient Gemini releases that I got. So we're gonna start with the one here on the top. This is the Hapag-Lloyd Express 737-700. This one was one that I remember when I was a kid, just like looking through the Gemini Jets database and seeing it and thinking it was like super cool because of the livery. And so a couple weeks ago, I just was like, you know what? It's $25. I'm just gonna pick it up. And so I did. I bought it from the clearance rack alongside that China Eastern. And the next plane that's gonna be coming up too, but it was from a different website I bought the same day. But yeah, this one is nice. That one is a really nice model. This is my second like very classic Gemini, or my third very classic Gemini Jet 737-700 release. And yeah, this thing is nice. I really like the yellow on white with the checkered like pattern in the middle. Very, very much like, it's very unique. You don't see planes with that kind of color scheme anymore, like ever, because everything is so minimalistic. Again, and it's sad. There's only like a couple of minimalistic schemes I like. Like I like the United scheme, and I like the Lufthansa one. Delta hasn't really changed in a long time, and I hope they don't. Emirates is also really good, but this is the this one is one of my favorites. This is the Aeroflot TU-154. I got it from Squatchy's Diecast Hangers. They have a lot of like really insane models there. Very, very rare planes too. But here is the 134. Now the 134, this was retired from Aeroflot service on New Year's Eve 2009. Was the last flight that they flew, and I'm trying to remember where it was from, what the route was. It was back to Moscow, was what it was, but it was a domestic flight back to Moscow. But that is a very sick looking airplane, one of my absolute favorites. Very, very rare model. Very rare model. I see them circulate every now and then. I think I might have overpaid for it a little bit, but I have seen them circulate around. Just a really sweet looking plane. second Tu-134 in my collection, or 154 in my collection, my bad, because I have the Cubano one as well. So now let's get to this third one. This one I got an insane deal on, the China Airlines 737-800, no winglets. Actually in this one you're gonna see two very early, and for the longest time the only China Airlines releases that you and I did up until they did the Dash 700 releases. And what do you know, it's raining outside. It's the winter storm thing that's been going around. This going sweeping through the country. We're hitting it today, or it's hitting us today, but it is raining outside. And it's freezing outside. Not freezing like it's cold is what I mean. It's not necessarily freezing quite yet. But this is the China Airlines 737-800. Very classic release. Very classic. And I wanted something that would fit alongside my my Asian fleet. And so I opted for this, and it looks very nice. It was only $15 from Waffle Collectibles too. And it's the only 737-800 I have that suffers from tail heaviness. But either way, just a very, very nice model. Very nice model. All right. Okay, we're stepping back to the modern age now. We have this Gemini Jets UT Air 737-800. I got this one for Christmas. Very, very nice model. Very nice model. And then after this, we will only have, I believe, I believe we'll only have four, no, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we'll have 7 models left. But this is the UT Air 738. So if you guys don't know anything about UT Air, it's another Russian airline. I want their Dash 500. They still fly it. They're the last, I think, remaining civil passenger operator of the 762, I think. They also fly they also do like charter flights and whatnot, but they also do scheduled passenger operations. So this is the UT Air 738. This is in the new colors, which are more minimalistic and kind of bland. I like the old livery better. But that one is a nice touch. Very nice touch. Got it for Christmas. I really like it. All right, so now we're into the wide bodies and the heavies. Starting off with this one, this Delta 764 in the Colors and Motion livery. Again, another Christmas gift. And this one is absolutely sick. So, I love the Colors and Motion. It, alongside the current one and the Widget livery, are some of my favorites that Delta's ever used. The only one I really don't like, I don't really care for the interim livery too much. I believe it's the Ron Allen one. I really don't care for it. It's just kind of eh. It just doesn't do it for me. I mean, it's just, you know, some liveries just don't do it for you. Like that one. And like the modern Aer Lingus livery, which just, you know, it's just horrible. But anyway, this one has a chrome underbelly, so I'm going to try not to touch it. But look at that. That is oh man, I love that. I love that. I miss the days when chrome aircraft were kind of the norm. When you'd go to an airport and you'd just see like a bunch of chrome American Mad Dogs just parked. Which I never really even started flying until a couple years ago, but like even just like growing up around Atlanta, just, you know, seeing them flying into Atlanta, you know, stuff like that. Miss those days. Then we have this is the Finnair A350 in the reindeer livery. This is the Happy Holidays. We don't say Happy Holidays around here, we say Merry Christmas. So this is in the Merry Christmas livery. Very, very nice. Very, very nice model. So glad I can finally get to represent Finnair in the collection, because Finnair, that's one of those airlines that's so common in the US, but we don't get a lot of releases. We really don't. I mean, we'll get them every now and then, but they're all special livery. And so the ones that don't really have, like, it's only kind of back here. So it's not like it's only kind of back here. So it's not like it's like anything crazy. But yeah, this is the NG models, Finnair A350-900 in the Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas livery. It's in the Merry Christmas livery, because we don't say Happy Holidays around here. We say Merry Christmas, because we're Christians. But yeah, so got the Finnair. Now this one was an absolute steal. Literally, I only paid $8 for it on the Jet Collector website. It was a Black Friday sale. It was their door breaker sale with the 747-200. $8 for that, and that is awesome. So this is the Gemini Jets China Airlines 747-200 freighter, and it is pouring down rain outside. But this one was, and remember what I was saying earlier about having 2 releases, the only 2 releases for a long time of any China Airlines plane up until a couple of years ago, when Gemini decided to release the 777s, the cargo 777s, and now we really need to get some Gemini to release some like A350s. I mean, JC Wings does it, so that's fair. And JC Wings, they are like basically the same as Gemini. They use the same molds. I think they're owned by the same like holding company, or they're like, one's a subsidiary of the other or something like that. But yeah, this is a really old release, but it's a very nice release. These old models really do hold up. And for me, like, detail, detail's always nice. I mean, it depends. Depends on what the detail is. Like, I don't really care if the plane has, like, rolling gear or not. I mean, it's kind of satisfying if it has it, but... Okay, I might have messed up with the way all the planes are, because I got like 2 Super Jumbos coming up. And then 2 other planes. So, I'm not going to be able to fit everything in the frame, but anyway. This is the Lufthansa Cargo MD-11F in the Farewell livery. I love the MD-11, and I like Lufthansa. Like, Lufthansa's cool. It's not my favorite airline, but I like Lufthansa. So here's the Lufthansa Cargo MD-11. Sorry about the background noise there. But anyway, this is the Lufthansa Cargo MD-11 freighter. And it is so cool. So they, and I'm sorry about all the noise. This room is right above the garage, and so my mom's closing the garage door, so that's why. But anyway, this is the Farewell livery. So basically, at the very end, this is what they wore. This was what the one wore when they retired it. I believe they were retired in like 2020, 2021, something like that. But it is in the, whoa, I'm sorry about that. Just kicked the tripod. We're gonna wait and get the 2 Super Jumbos last. Let me just get this one. This is the JC Wings Azul A350-900. Azul is a super cool airline, by the way. I really like Azul. It's one of those airlines that's like, just like really cool. I like the ones that, I mean, and look, there's some Eurowhite airlines, and this box is always giving me a fit. And here it is, the Azul A350. So the Azul A350, so Azul, we don't get as many Azul releases as I think we should. Like, we need to get the, we need to get more of them. I mean, we need to get more. I mean, I think Aviation 400 just announced a A330 Neo. Would be interesting to look into. I don't really need it. Because I have this. But and this has really reach anywhere because I'm trying to get different airport setups going so I could, like, you know, this thing could go to Europe or go to Russia or go to China or go wherever because it's an A350. But this is the one by JC Wings, and it is nice. It has the same mold as Gemini as well. So there's that. So we'll just put that one. I'm going to put it over here on this side because we got two big jumbos. So let's move over here now. I'm going to grab this one because it is slightly smaller. This is the Antonov 124 by Gemini Jets. This is in the Antonov Airlines livery. And now I will explain my reasoning for saying the next plane is slightly larger because a lot of people might not believe that because, you know, you've been fed all the propaganda that says the AN-124 is the biggest production plane in the world. It's not true. And I can just really just show you. I mean, maybe by, like, the amount of, like, what it can carry, but just by size, it's not. There is something that is bigger. It's like wider. I think it's kind of longer too. I mean, and it's not the 748. It's something else. But yeah, this is the AN-124. I got this one. This was $50 from a Waffle Collectibles collection sale, and they still have them in there. They had like 10 of them. I'm like, how? How do you obtain 10 of these things? This thing is like goes for like $100. You're selling it for $50. But yeah, this thing is worth a lot more money than they're selling it for. But it is so good. It's such a good model. So my second AN-124. I have that like weird plastic one, the Volga Nipper one. It's like way over there, but that I like the Gemini one better. Although it doesn't have, the other one does not have those the seams on the top, so it looks a lot better. And if you look at it, just bring it back out here real quick. If you look at it, you'll notice that the wing is like one wing droops down compared to the other one, which is the issue they've had on all their modern AN-124 releases. They had that issue with the Volga one as well. I want an old one. I want the Russian Air Force AN-124. That's the one I really want. All right, so now we have the Etihad A380. And the reason I say the A380 is actually somewhat larger than the AN-124, and I've looked into this, yeah, and even just by doing like side-by-side comparisons between the two, yeah, the A380 is slightly larger. So here's the Gemini Jets Etihad A380. This was also in a collection sale. And it's slightly beat up. It's obvious that the wing broke off at one point because now because they glued it back and it didn't go in all the way. So now there's like a space between, and you can see it. You can see it right there. There's a space, but whatever. You know, it's like a $50 model. These things, I mean, I would not think it would go for that much. I thought it would go for more. But yeah, and so the reason why I think it is bigger than the AN-124, the AN-124 is actually like, I don't know if you guys can see it as clearly as I can. The 124 is slightly like narrower and shorter just by like a couple feet than the A380. So that's why I think that the AN-124 is smaller than the A380. Although the A380 can't carry as much, and I mean, the AN-124 is just a better cargo plane. It's probably one of the best cargo planes you can get. But anyway, so yeah, this is the collection. Let me try to zoom out all the way here. You got a really big one. So just for recap, we'll start way over here. Let me put this one down. Delta 764, Ron Allen livery, China Airlines 738, Azul A350-900, Aeroflot TU-134, Pobeda 738, KD Avia 733, United Express CRJ 700, Nordstar 738, FedEx 752, Oman Air Force Bach 111, American A321 Allegheny Retro, UT Air 738, Hapag-Lloyd Express 737-700, Finnair A350, China Airlines Cargo 747-200, U.S. Air Force B-52, China Eastern A320, United Express 735, American A321 Allegheny Retro, Aeroflot TU-154, Lufthansa Cargo MD-11, Etihad A380, and the Antonov 124. So that is the how the collection has grown, and I'm actually still waiting on my 3D design deck. Global. By the way, this is the rest of it, of the collection. So there's some, there's still some planes. I don't know. Maybe you guys have seen them. There's my B2. There's still a lot of planes. I just don't know if you guys have seen them or not. I'm trying to get a new shelf thing figured out. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.